Yeah, welcome back. This is Samm. Today we're going to be solving a problem involving logarithms. So if you are interested in solving this logarithm problem with me, let's go. Now, the bases are not the same. So what do? Okay, now there's a law that says if you have log a base b, it can be written as 1 over log b base a. So this is one law of logarithm. But it's even easy because if you make both of them to a new base a, up and down, you get this. So it's a law of logarithm. In our logarithm series, you will explain all the laws and you'll be fine with that. So if we apply that here, let's make both to base x. So this will give us 3 log 4 base x plus 2 multiplied by 1 over log what? 4 base x equal to 5. So log x base 4 is 1 over log 4 base x. Do you understand? So applying this law, x and 4, 4 and x. So that's the law we applied. So from here, since we have this on both sides, we can say let p be equal to log 4 base x. So if we make this p log 4 base x, we can bring it here and say we have 3p plus 2 multiplied by 1 over p equal to 5. Yes, p and p. Okay, so we can say 3p over 1, or better still, we can multiply throughout by p. We can multiply throughout by p. So p multiplied by 3p plus p multiplied by, you have 2 times 1 over p equals to p multiplied by 5. So p multiplied by 3p, p multiplied by 2 over p equals to p multiplied by 5. So let's come up here. So we'll have 3p squared, that's 3p and p squared. So this p cancels this p. Plus 2 equal to 5p. Okay, so we can rearrange this. So we'll have 3p squared minus 5p. This 5p comes in to be minus 5p plus 2 equal to 0. So let's factorize this. Let's factorize. So our a, okay, comparing it, we have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So our ac will be equal to 3 times 2, which is 6. So we're going to look for 2 numbers that we can multiply to give 6, and we can add to give minus 5. So we're going to have 3p squared minus, so what are the 2 numbers? We have 1 multiplied by 6 to give us 6, 2 multiplied by 3 to give us 6. Now, what will give us negative 5 is negative 2 and negative 3. So bringing them in here, so negative 5p will give us negative 2p minus negative 3p. Now plus 2 equal to 0. So we can group quickly. P is common here, so we'll have 3p minus 2. What's common here? 1. Only 1 is common, and I'll have 3p. This negative now affects this to give us negative 2 equal to 0. So we're using factorization method. Now we have 3p minus 2 common to both sides, so let's factorize. 3p minus 2, what's left is p and minus 1 equal to 0. So now if you have a product equal to 0, it is either the first, which is 3p minus 2, is equal to 0, or the second, p minus 1, is equal to 0. Okay, so from here, 3p is equal to positive 2, or p is equal to 1. So we can divide both sides by 3 so that p is equal to 2 over 3, or p equal to 1. Interesting. So if you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe now to keep getting interesting solutions to mathematical problems. Now this is p, but our original equation has x. But remember that we made p log 4 base x. So now let's apply that. So there are two cases of p. So let's pick this first case. So when p equal to 2 over 3, it means that log 4 base x will be equal to 2 over 3. Okay, so from here, remember the law of log that says if you have log a base b equal to m, then a, the number or the argument of the log, will be equal to the base raised to power m. So if you remember this law, that's what we're going to apply here. So it means that 4 will be equal to x raised to power 2 over 3. So what can we do from here? I will make both to a power of 3 over 2. So I will say 4 raised to power 3 over 2, that's equals to x 2 over 3 to power 3 over 2. Because 2 over 3 and 3 over 2 can cancel out conveniently. So 2 here 1, 2 here 1, 3 here 1, 3 here 1. So our x equals to 4 raised to power 3 over 2, which is equal to what? The square root of 4 raised to power 3. And that gives us what? The square root of 4 is 2 raised to power 3, which is equal to 8. Okay, in the second case, when p equal to 1, that's the second case where p is 1, we'll bring back our log 4 base x is equal to 1. And applying this law again, our 4 will be equal to x raised to power 1, meaning x is equal to 4. So x is either equal to 4 or x equal to 8. So 4 and 8, that's the solution to the problem. Yeah, so that was an interesting one. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe now so you can keep getting interesting solutions to mathematical problems. I remain Samm.